So
And we're off.
it's Sunday.
It's the
Hello.
end of November.
Oh my gosh. Tomorrow is the 1st of December. It's crazy.
Insane.
Absolutely crazy. So right before we hit record, Mo said, any idea what we're going to talk about? I'm like, no, we are truly hitting record and seeing what happens tonight.
We kind of always are, but
We kind of always are. That
yeah.
is not a lie. So
Yeah.
happy Sunday. It snowed a little bit this morning.
Okay. Well, I wasn't up early enough to see that, so I'll
I
have to
was so
hear.
excited.
Thank you.
It looked like dandruff. It was very, very tiny and barely snow, but it was still snow.
Okay. So it counts.
It counts. It counts. Yeah, and it wasn't for very long, and then it all turned to rain. But
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah, it was just gray and yucky here today, so
yes.
but but it's been football on all day. The Commanders are playing right now,
Are
so
they?
yeah.
The Ravens are out,
What do you mean?
right? The Ravens are done,
No?
aren't they?
No.
I thought they were done.
Done as in what? Like they still have games.
I thought they were like, once they lost, they're done. I know zero.
They are still playing. They are just not
Are
playing
they?
today because they played on Thanksgiving.
But okay. But
They may be out of the runoff or the contention for the playoffs, but I'm not sure how that all works.
okay.
It feels early to me to be talking about playoffs, but I will say I thought about you today. I was watching the NFL and there was like this. They weren't like they were not who I would have picked as spokespersons for the NFL shop, but it was a commercial for the NFL shop, and they had their little, yellow shirts on, said NFL shop. I'm like, okay, and they weren't. I was just like, all right, that's who you choose to be your spokesperson. They had the first item that was up. They were advertising, and then I realized it was a spoof commercial,
Really?
and they had a bunch of products, and the only one I can remember was they're like, okay, and last up we have our Butterball. Nope, it's not a turkey. And then the graphic is this football with just oozing with butter, and they're
Oh,
like,
that's
and
funny.
this is the same ball that the Ravens used on Thursday night. I'm like, it was
Ouch.
so good.
N-
But it was, I mean, now I wish I could, but it hasn't played, it played one time. And I'm
Really?
like, this would have been primo to play, you know, almost every commercial break, but
That's funny.
I only saw it that one time, so now I got to
That's
go find it. But it was a total spoof, and it was fantastic because it was like equal opportunity. I can't remember the other ones, but they had the Butterball. Like, yeah, this is the same ball that the Ravens used on Thursday night. I'm like, okay,
ouch. This probably
yeah,
won't surprise anybody, but Mo and I love commercial parodies. Um, we love anything that's funny. And what I love about commercial parodies is that they are often so clever. Like you have to think of a product and the product has to be almost like maybe that could be real and then you find out that it's not. And one of the masters of that is SNL.
yeah, oh,
SNL,
for sure.
amazing commercial parodies. But Mo and I have played with a few ourselves. One of them is a line of greeting cards that we call oddly specific greetings. Was that what it was? Oddly specific
Yeah,
greetings?
yeah, yeah,
Like like if you have some weird like specific situation and there's a card for that. And
yeah.
we shot a commercial for it, but it was kind of during the pandemic.
It was during the pandemic. We were in a store. We had masks on. We tried to take them off. It
It was
was
a whole
just
thing. It was a
it
whole
was
thing.
a tough time.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is about cards, and like when I go to Hallmark and stuff now, is
Yeah.
it's almost like there already is.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying like I actually buy loss of pet greeting cards, but there
Mhm.
was a time in it, there used to be just get a sympathy card, but now it's like sorry for the loss of your pet, sorry for the loss of your cat, sorry for the loss of your mother, sorry for the loss of your ex-mother-in-law. I mean, they're already so
Yes,
specific.
they are.
But yeah,
Yeah, we kind of took it to another I really I would love to go back to that and redo it
yeah.
because we
Well,
actually
we had
shot a commercial, but um
yeah.
we wanted to go back and
We
redo it.
we had well, we've done Noxzema, which was Noxzema, but it was
Oh my
to
gosh.
but they were very singer specific. So Noxzema was to um, cleanse your face from RBF, which was resting
That's
base
insane.
face.
Yeah.
And then we had tenor T, which was helium infused tea, so you could hit high notes. We
So
had Harmoderm.
one of the best things, oh, Harmoderm was funny. One of the best things about doing commercial parodies with Mo is that Mo is also really good at Photoshop. So she can take a logo and adjust it, and it still looks like the logo, but it is like the Noxzema logo is crazy. Like it looks like the product for which we are parodying, and it's very funny. So
And we had Wankee Candle.
oh my gosh, Wonky, I wrote a jingle for that.
Yeah, you did.
I forgot about Wankee Candle.
We're just gonna post all of our
Another one
parodies.
that we need to shoot is Elusive. That's one we've talked about for a long time is Elusive.
Yeah.
So we'll wait and let you all see that when it comes out.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it's so fun because I know, and I so appreciate this about you, Mo, that you work so hard on the graphic side of things. We even did a thing one time where we went to Panera and we sat outside and did puns, and we called it Punera. And Mo took the Panera logo and like adjusted it, and it still looks like it, but it says Panera. It's brilliant. It's
I had
just
to buy the Panera font.
Did you really? So we love a good pair, even to the point where when we did the women Air Force service pilots fundraiser dinner this past spring, we did a almost, it was like a parody on the Save the Animals Arms of the Angel. I actually played, I think, in the Arms of the Angel.
Yeah.
And Mo did like for, whatever cents a day you can save, you can donate. It was very funny. It was very funny. So we, love taking something and just twisting it just a tiny bit and making it funny. So
yeah. So right now I'm still taking a Coursera course on Final Cut Pro, which is a video
Nice.
editing thing. Because normally I just drop everything into iMovie and edit there, or I'll edit in Instagram. But there's a lot of stuff that you can't do because iMovie's so WYSIWYG that you can do in Final Cut.
Nice.
So I took this Coursera thing, but I'm in this module of like color correction, and I could give a rat's ass about color correction. So I'm like, but here's the problem.
Go to the evening.
Yeah, I could give a rat's ass about color correction. But here's the problem is, and it's not a problem, it's a Mo problem, but so I'm in module 6 of 8, and so a part of me just wants to skip ahead to module 7, but then my little completed dots
Aww.
wouldn't be filled, and I just don't know that it hurts my brain to even think about that possibility of skipping, because I have FOMO too. So it's a little bit of OCD, it's a little bit of FOMO.
Just a nice stew of dysfunction.
Yeah, pretty much. But so yeah, I've got to sit through color correction, which again, as you know, I don't give a rat's ass about. Which I don't give a rat's ass
Thank you.
about.
Well, thank you for always, I love that you're always taking courses and doing things to better yourself. You did a course through Towson University last year that ended up being a little disappointing, but
So
what I loved is you were up in my neck of the woods once a week and I could meet you and
you brought me coffee, yes,
go get breakfast. It was fun.
when I had class at a senior citizen center.
Senior center, which is
But here's the thing about that class. For as long as I can remember, and I'm talking even back when you used to take a piece of plastic and put it on the overhead projector and like try to write on it and blind yourself.
Yes.
I have always had issues with people's slides.
Mm-hmm. That's because you're good at them.
What's that?
You're good at them.
So I've been doing these. We have a course. You and I have a course called Draft to Deliver, where we talk about, mapping out a story, mapping out a script, mapping out a whatever, an introduction. But from the slideology standpoint of it, I've been stuff that I think is very, I just use.
You think everybody knows.
Well, I don't know. Anyway, so going back to the class at Towson I took, and the instructor had a lot of slides, and again, I was just like, seriously? I mean, just because you have a selection of fonts doesn't mean you should use every single one available to you on that slide. So anyway,
I've
been making these videos. I made 2 more tonight about just different the things you
Nice.
can do with anyway, blah blah blah.
Mo, yeah, Mo is brilliant with Canva and with design stuff, like so good at to the point where we just did this TripCon gig a few weeks ago, and I was preparing for my class on vocal stamina, and I'm like, I'll share my script with you. And I think at one point you said something about my slides, and I'm like, I'm not sharing my slides with you
Mm-hmm.
because my slide skills are so like rudimentary. They're so like my slides are a means to an end. I need to have slides so I make, but I don't know anything about how to do this. So they're pathetic. And I was like, I don't want to share my slides with you. But I did, and Mo has been going.
After.
I know there's a reason. But going back through my she's been going back through my deck and improving it for me, which I really appreciate. And I'm not offended in the least because I do not know what I'm doing.
Yeah, so if there's a job for somebody who can make slides, I want that job because I absolutely love like working with a speaker, finding out like
Yeah.
because some well, Katie, I always put like jokes pretty much like
Oh my
visual
gosh.
jokes in mine.
Brilliantly done. So
But 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 that's because I know I can get away with it. Like I wouldn't. There's some people I wouldn't do that for because I don't think I just don't think it's their style, But
but it matches your delivery though. Like you do things like you'll put a slide in and treat it almost like, ooh, how'd that get in there? But it's so subtle and so fast and so funny. So funny.
so the last one I did, I know you're talking about the cat.
Yeah.
So
So
I
funny.
put, I was actually doing a draft delivery presentation, working on slide decks, and I I put I had a bunch of things like, hey, we can do this. These are just some ideas because we all know. And I put a picture of a hairless cat, and I said because there's more than one way, you know.
Oh my God. I laughed so hard. The other one I love that you do, and you've done this with your Lockheed presentations and some other things, is you have people pair and share. So the first time it'll say like pair and share, and they'll be like pair and share. Then like the third time it'll be a pair and a picture of Cher, the singer, and you won't say it. You'll just okay, it's time, and you'll put up the parent, and it's hysterical. It's
And
so
it's
fun.
always the third time.
Rule of threes,
Rule of
call
threes.
back.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah,
Well,
love it. Love the
I
slides.
want to say too, though, just on the heels of being dorky and scripting and energy management, is a couple days ago we had our Thanksgiving Shenanigans Show,
Yes.
and we had a blast. But I think the coolest thing was we had high schoolers up to basically, I would say basically senior citizens,
Oh,
and we had
absolutely.
everything in between. And the fact that a room that is so different, of a group of people who are so different, can all laugh together and at the same things or
Yeah.
at the same time, I think speaks volumes to the power of music, the power of comedy, the power of just laughter, and the power of connection. So it was,
Yeah.
I keep thinking about that, about we had, the three young, Maria, Ellie, and Bella.
Yes. My
And then,
girls.
yeah, and then we had, older people as
Yeah.
well, and we had
People
minor,
our age who brought their parents, like people
yeah,
well into their 70s, probably even their 80s. I'm thinking about
yeah,
one guest in particular who I'm sure was probably in her early 80s at least.
yeah.
So,
Sorry, my dog's
um,
barking because
it's okay.
Amazon just delivered. Why not at 9 o'clock at night?
Which feels like 11 o'clock because it's been dark for hours.
Well,
But
it's been 11 o'clock since 4, so
but
no,
one of the things we're working on is not being on script as much. And I do have to tell you, Mo, I was talking to Matt today, to my husband, and he unfortunately he was late for the show because he had an electrical problem at the store that we have. But he said he could even tell just with the last part of the program that he caught. He's like, your guys, he said, your flow is getting better. He said, you guys were getting tighter. And I said, that's good to hear because we are trying more and more to just navigate from block to block and trust our instincts and trust our chemistry in between. So it's good to hear that that is coming across as being tight and smooth
yeah,
and everything. So
yeah. I'll have to ask Jenny because that was Jenny's main comment too. She goes, "You guys need to get away from the script." I'm like, but it's like I a lot of times overscript my notes because when people are, especially when people are paying for a service, but
yeah,
when people are paying you with either money or their time and attention, I want to do right by them, and I don't want, I don't want to let people down. That sounds it's kind of a weird way to say it, but I and I don't trust myself, you know.
Yeah.
Some of it is because I don't trust myself to remember because I'm positive I'm going to get my dad's
No,
Alzheimer's
you're
and my mom's
not.
dementia.
No, you're not.
But the other thing is that I just don't trust myself sometimes to be off script because you know, Katie, better than, well, you and Jen know better than anybody else that,
You can't behave?
correct.
Let's just call a spade a spade. No,
No, but
you
I
did
just,
really well.
no, but I just, and I'm actually working with another friend right now to put a Galentine's Day show together.
Yeah.
And so we're going back and forth, and I was sending it to you too, but I proposed the outline, and you know, and I'm like, okay, here's what we can do. I said we're very intentional about how we map it. We even do serious, like I think the thing that sometimes I want to get all this out and out into the open is because we have had more people than not
Hmm.
say either offhandedly to somebody else about us or to us that we just get up and we do it. And
Mm.
I wish those people knew how hard we worked.
Yeah.
You know, Katie and I, you and I do table reads. We'll work on a script. We'll have a shared document. We'll work on a script. We will set aside time, and we've done them at like 11 o'clock at night. We've done rehearsals at 10 p.m. up in the loft.
Yep.
And we will rehearse, and we will rehearse even like the cutoffs. And my favorite line from all of our rehearsals is, if you don't cut me off sooner, I'm gonna cuss, right? 'Cause we always,
Yep.
um, but I think that there's a little bit of magic that gets lost when you know how much we are rehearsed. But I also think there's a different level of appreciation for knowing that even though we could get up there,
Mhm.
even without our blocks, and just get up there and fill an hour and a half with just letting the script go wherever it would, I still think that we are better and we are paying more respect and homage to the people who are giving us their time, attention, and resources by being scripted, by being rehearsed, and not just getting up there and relying on,
Yeah.
you know, whatever our zone of genius is with regard to being on stage. So I get frustrated when people, and people used to say that about me before we got into business. Like, oh, Mo just gets up there and does it. I'm like, dude,
No.
you have no idea. And
Words are
then for the longest time, I held that close to my chest. I'm like, yeah, you're right. I just get up there and do it. But because part of it was I didn't want to out myself as such a dork that I am. And part of it was I wanted this allure, like, oh, yeah, I just get up there and do that. But I bust my ass, you know? So, and we both do. You and I work really, really hard.
Yeah.
Um, but I think, again, the people who give us their time and attention and resources deserve that
Yeah.
from us.
I like the word curated. I think about that a lot, about
Mm.
how, because when you curate, I think about a curator in a museum and
I
how
just think
they
about
are
ham, but okay.
curated ham. Um, but
Cured.
you think about how someone in a museum, their job is to, number one, safeguard the valuable things, and number two, to make those valuable things accessible to the general public.
Hmm.
And I love the idea of curating an experience for somebody who trusts you enough to come into this space you've created and make it a very intentional experience. And another thing that you and I like to do is we will often take the elements of our programs and we call mapping the energy. Like if something's real high energy, crazy, it's up here, and then we don't want to jump to like something that's super serious. Like there's this whole flow of things, and that's part of curating the experience because
Hmm.
we want to take good care of the people who've entrusted us with their time, finances, energy, snackle box eating, capacity, all of that. By the way, the snackle boxes have gotten rave reviews.
Oh, really?
Oh yes, yes. I'm hearing good things about the snackle boxes
Yeah.
from everybody. So
Yeah, that was so this was such a funny thing. Katie and you and I came across these boxes, and they're plastic boxes, like almost like a little bit bigger than a 8.5 by 11, but
yeah,
about, I don't know, 2 or 3 inches deep. And then they had 8 little buckets inside of them that
and they're
that are
clear, so
loose. You
you can
could,
see everything that's inside, which is
yeah.
I think makes it more fun.
And so we grabbed and we're like, yeah, we can make snackle box. We've had them for months.
Yeah, we've had them for a
We
long time.
talked about, and one thing, Katie knows this, I hate just talking about something. I'm like, we're
Mhm.
gonna do it. So we decided Thanksgiving Shenanigans Show. We were going to do the Snackle Boxes. We thought, let's just put them out there. We priced everything. We figured out what our price point would be.
You went to the food store when you hate the food store.
I do hate the food store, but I had a dry erase board and I knew it was going to involve a spreadsheet. And for a dry erase board and a spreadsheet, I will go to the food store.
Nice.
And we also went to the liquor store. So anyway.
You don't seem to mind that one as much.
No. And I had a dry erase board and it went into a spreadsheet. So come on now.
Dry erase board, spreadsheet, liquor store.
Bam.
That's the trifecta.
That's the menage a trois I want to be a part of. I'm sorry. Of which I want to be a part of. No, so
nothing to say.
Holy cow, you're speechless? Damn. Are you a beaver? Because damn. No, so I love, so we did this, we priced everything out. We're like, we'll add it as an add-on price. We'll just advertise them. We'll make a graphic, blah, blah, blah. And then we're like, I said, we're going to sell 4. That'll probably be, no, guys, we sold 8 and we only had 8 boxes. So we had to take it off.
Like, no more Snackle Boxes.
So then the interesting thing was I went back into Canva and I took the Snackle Box logo, or graphic that we had made, and I put sold out over top of it. So I went back and I made a social media post and I said, listen, we still have tickets for tonight, but we are sold out of the Snackle Boxes. And then what happened, Katie?
Then it's funny, I was just showing Matt this last night because I forgot to tell him about it. We went and we saw that we had 18 comments on our post and we were like, what is going on? So apparently we woke up the robots because there were all these posts from people's names we did not recognize that said, I bought tickets and now I can't go. Like variations of that. DM me for tickets. So our little brand, our little show got spammed by robots. It was literally 8. I screenshotted them before we deleted the post. 18 comments of people saying, just different, like, my husband's sick now, he can't go, or so-and-so, DM me for ticket. Like, so we created.
But they were funny because they all were like, my soulmate forever bought me these tickets and now we can't go.
My mother-in-law was going to take me and
we were in a car accident. Yeah, it was so insane. And Katie, you were over there just going, what happened? What do we do? And I'm like, dude, we caught AI's attention. So now we know. So we just have to put sold out.
The word sold out. It's so funny, the algorithm. And like we saw one and we were like, we don't even know who that is. And we kind of had an idea of everybody who had bought tickets. We one or the other of us knew the people that bought tickets. So it was, so we woke up the robots, y'all.
That was awesome.
We were so excited.
No, but it was just, and the other thing I think a lot of people don't, well, first of all, I think a lot of people, don't realize about our process.
Yeah.
Because again, dork. But the other thing is, I think in general, people don't do this. And of course, I'm giving a talk on Tuesday and it's all about this, but the fact that you and I take the time and it's built into our writer and it's built into our schedule. And I even told Jen, like at the event, I said, Katie and I are going to get a drink. She goes, I know. So you and I will go out, we will go to a bar and we actually close this one down only because it closed at 10, but
I mean, yeah.
But I went to go adjust my glasses and I don't have any on. Anyway, so yeah, pretty much. But you and I go through, okay, what went well, what went wrong, what needs work, and I think a lot of times you, Katie, are really good at bringing us back to celebrating what we did. Hey, this is our 8th show, our 3rd consecutive Thanksgiving Shenanigans Show, and every show has been different. And I'm sitting there going, okay, the piano was too far back. Okay, I did, and you're like, okay, but yes. And I'm like, okay, another drink, please. And then let's, but I think the fact, and then we have a shared document again of just kind of the things that went well, things that went wrong. So,
well, and here's the thing that I really appreciate. And I think this can be, if we kind of zoom out, this could be something for everybody, is I love that we've got all of these elements, but I also love that we want to keep getting better. So we keep trying new things. So we specifically, there were two new things that we tried this show.
Yeah.
Not necessarily brand new, but new ways of doing a couple of things. One of them went insanely well. It was it was songs my mom will stand for. It was a story that Mo told, and I wasn't just underscoring, but the music was actually kind of a character in the story. And Mo played it up the storytelling. It was beautiful, and everybody just loved it. It was really funny. We had planned some like kind of subtle joke stuff that everybody got. So well, it really well.
Oh God.
Another song we had done. It's a duet that we like to do, and Mo had worked up some prop work with it, but we hadn't planned on a few things. She couldn't see the music as well, and she was holding the microphone, so we still pulled it off, but it didn't go as smoothly as we wanted to. So I love that no matter how long we've been doing something, you can always try new things or try to do things new ways. And when it does or doesn't work, there are lessons to be learned, things to be celebrated, and it's still an experience. And it's just so fun to play with that. And I love that. And I just, you know, I keep telling Mo too, I just love what we get to do because I feel like all of me as the weird kid that wanted to, you know, put on shows for people and stuff, like I feel like we get to do that, and people come along and are so happy to be a part of it, and I just love it. I just love it. It's kind of surreal.
I was gonna say it's an honor, but that sounds so cheesy, but it is. I feel lucky to be up there because I'm never nervous when I'm on stage with you. And in fact, I'm never nervous if you are there with me. Like when I go speak to Lockheed and you are there as my emotional support human, I'm not nervous. The first time I went, you know, like it's just different.
Yeah.
The thing I want to say too about that is, yes, we did something different, but there was a reason why. When we talk about it was a serious song that we did in a humorous way with the props and stuff like that. Even though it didn't work, it still served the purpose. The reason we did it that way was because we sang what was it, a serious song, and then there was a reason, and it was an emotional mapping thing, an energy mapping.
I don't remember. I know it was in the first half. I just don't remember exactly where it was.
But the reason, I think it was this. We had done a funny song. I think you did Baltimore or
I did
something.
Baltimore, yeah.
You did a funny song.
And then we had Cards Against Humanity after it.
Right. So in between was going to be, so we had, again, we talk about energy mapping. We had a funny thing, beautifully sung. It was a song Baltimore that Katy does, and does it like phenomenally well.
It's really funny.
And so we consider that a high energy thing because it's a positive, it's funny, it's different, it's uplifting. And then there was this element here, and then we were going to do Songs Against Humanity, which also, and I was doing this chronologically, but energy wise is also a high energy thing because it's different, it's unique, and we don't know anybody else who does it, and it's a little bit, you know, irreverent. But in the middle, we were going to do a serious song, and I said to her, if we go from this high energy thing of Baltimore down to this serious song and then back up, it's too jarring for the audience to do that. So we decided, and this is the new element, was to do a serious song in a, not funny, but in a...
Yeah, it was funny.
We delivered it. The goal was to deliver it in a funny way. Now, things didn't really go so well because, I couldn't see because maybe I had imaginary glasses on that night as well. But like some other things that we learned. But again, it was because we went from a funny thing, we were going to a funny thing, and we didn't want to. We had to add some humor to this to rise the energy up. I mean, we're so dorky about it. I love it though.
And we are getting ready actually to head into a deep dive, intense retreat week, almost like 5 days, with our speaking cohort, where we are going to be looking at our stuff intensely, how we can elevate to the next level. But Mo and I are also able to reflect that into her business and my business, like all the things that we have. And it's a lot of Venn diagram. It's a lot of crossover. But we're getting ready actually tomorrow to head to Florida, where it will be slightly warmer, but not necessarily.
Actually, we will be on a plane in 13 hours. So the plane will be taken off in 13 hours.
I'm not packed.
I probably should pack too, yeah.
But we're getting ready. And I love that too. I love running with this group of people who make you dream bigger and think bigger and take more risks and try things and be okay to fail. I'm holding Jesus in my hand, by the way. I'm not sure when I picked Jesus up, but he's right here.
I'm holding a pen that says "Stuffed with Love Taxidermy."
And then over here I have a squishmallow. I have a unicorn squishmallow. Nice. Show and tell.
No pet too small. Give us a call. Ask about our goldfish and turtle discount.
Oh my gosh.
The website is fluffyforever.com.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, we're getting
Stuffed with Love Taxidermy. I don't know why people don't take us seriously.
Well, or if we're in a group and there's a prank played, everybody's like, Mo, and Mo's like, what? I'm like, come on. You come by it honestly. So yeah. So
Anyway.
But and again, the big picture out there for everybody is, Mo retired how long have you been retired now?
19 years.
Not 19 years.
18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Oh my God, 7 years.
7 years. And I mean, we would have every reason and everybody else have every reason to just, Mo had a stellar career, would have every reason, and everybody would understand if she were just to want to, sit and watch TV for the rest of her life.
Oh
But I
God,
love
Jen
how
would kill me. Jen would kill me.
she's always growing and pushing herself, and how we're both elevating our things, and just I don't know, it's just fun. It's just fun. There's so many opportunities and so many great chances to do things, and I'm just grateful that we get to do them. So
Yeah.
So with that being said, I need to go back.
Okay, me too. Anyway, yeah, so thank you to everybody who came out to the Thanksgiving Shenanigans Show. We're sorry, I know some people texted and said they couldn't make it. We are working to put a Galentine's Day show. So Galentine's Day is typically the 13th of February. But I think it falls like on a 9th of February. So let us know if you're interested in going to or having a Galentine's Day show. We've done them before, and they're super fun. It attracts a very unique crowd, but
It does.
they are rated a little bit more toward the R than the PG-13. So my kind of crowd.
All right. Well, we will see you next Sunday, unless we're too jet lagged to do so. We will be back from our adventures
In the same time zone, yeah. So
right. But happy holidays to everybody. Hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving.
And happy December.
I know. Happy December. So
It's time to set your new month resolutions.
there we go. Name your year. It's coming up.
Right. Awesome. All right. Everybody have a great night. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.